Hey guys, Prowl 1701 here. Today we're going to be talking about episode 5 of the Sensorites. First off, got to give some props to the second elder, the actual second elder. He does get killed in this episode, but he goes out fighting for what he believes in, fighting for his convictions. When he sees that the fake second elder has gotten the key to the disintegrator gun, or disintegrator weapon, I like the fact that despite the danger to himself and his family group, he fights back. He grabs the key and bends it to where it's not usable. He basically destroys it. And he gets killed for it, but the fact he did go out trying to do the right thing and doing the right thing, I think that's pretty awesome, and he deserves points for that. This is also the first time we see the astronaut, John, I think was his name, the one that was really being affected by the Sensorites. We see him lucid again and kind of back to his normal self, and the actor is playing him really well. It's nice to see kind of him and the female astronaut, since they are an item together, kind of reunited and being happy to see each other. Seeing the city administrator use the death of the second to his advantage to try to accuse the doctor of the murder is clever. I caught on immediately when the guy who claims to have seen the doctor kill him mentioned he pulled the weapon from his coat, since the doctor's coat had been damaged and left at the aqueduct, not realizing he'd been given the new cloak, and then trying to change the story to, no, it was a cloak, I saw him in a cloak, knowing that he had just been given the cloak by the first moments before. I caught on to that even before they started really talking about that, so I like that Ian also caught it and exposed his lies, and the first was telling the other Sensorite, you know, you're this tissue of lies you have said, which easy to poke holes in. But then, sadly, the city administrator, is the one basically behind everything, gets promoted as the new second. But I mentioned in part 4, I like how well Susan's been written in this story. Susan has been written very well in the Sensorites compared to how she usually is. And she's the one that really catches on to the city administrator being bad, because John can't quite remember. He knew he was trying to warn him about something, but he couldn't remember which Sensorite it was, just that there was something odd about him. Susan's the one that catches on. It was the collar he'd been wearing. So props to Susan for that. I don't get to say that sentence very often. And then learning that the humans who had been there before had been doing something with the aqueduct system. So maybe some of the humans are still there on the planet purposely trying to poison the Sensorites so they can claim the planet. It's going to be interesting to see how episode 6 resolves all of this. Seeing the new second's plans proceed to get the doctor and the rest of the humans killed by sabotaging the weapons and changing the aqueduct map. That's interesting to see his plans being put into action. And then the cliffhanger was kind of with the female astronaut getting kidnapped. That was kind of Look, at least from a camera angle, it's kind of. And then there was a part right at the end where it cuts to the astronauts and Susan talking to the doctor walking into the aqueduct, back to the astronaut talking. It was kind of a weird cut the way that sequence played out. The episode was fine. Probably my least favorite of episode 5. It is starting to drag on a little bit. I think what's maintaining the interest is watching the story for the first time. So the mystery of what's happening, what's going to happen next, how is this going to resolve is very much present, which may not be there, of course, in a rewatch. It's still not bad by any means. Even the part where it's kind of dragging on, it's not really bad. I'm still enjoying it. I don't think it's a bad story. I do think it might not hold up as well on a rewatch, but I'm enjoying it thus far. Just episode 5 to me was just kind of more of the same going on and expanding on those ideas, which was interesting, and I'm looking forward to seeing how it resolves. So that's really my kind of quick thoughts on episode 5, nothing major. What did you think of episode 5? Comment down below and let me know other things to do. Don't forget to click the like button and the subscribe button. That helps me out, and I certainly appreciate it. I also have a Patreon if you would like to support me on that. That's down in the description as well, a link to that. I want to give a shout out to Colin Coney, Stephen Crane, and Finn Perkins, who are some of my top tier patrons. I do appreciate their support, as I do the support of all of my patrons. I have a P.O. box down there if there's anything you would like to send me. This copy of the Sensorites was sent to me by one of my subscribers, who's also one of my patrons, Unknown289, which I very much appreciate. And a link to my Amazon wish list is down there as well. Most importantly, thank you for watching.